big club all of a sudden. You cannot for just a day win the Champions League. As offer or yaum. I was supposed to know Musu. And you be the Chelsea for now. Or Musu, Moko, semi final near you, or semi final. Okay, Bakubi, or Money Barcelona. Semi final. The friend is saying, I want to, almost for yaum. Or Moko near Boma to enjoy. Bakubi, or Money Liverpool. Okay, go be a Moshe up to now. Up to now, you need to go and say, try and try. No process that is go. Up to now, there's no evidence of Sabo on the trial line. By almost Chelsea, Chelsea free mu. That is the spirit of the Champions League. A bit foul, but I before the Tino. Now, Wabre. Now, Endra. I've seen so many commentaries and they hear about the sea. I was Santiago man about because Tino until Benzema Sago na Donnarumma at the chair, the first goal. Let me name crying at my before some game. You see, though Messi wasn't in the game, sir. Neymar game. The only time you could see Neymar brilliance, I pass out the man Mbappe. I pass no. Few players had more that vision to play that one pass to Mbappe to score that goal. Neymar and Messi and game but they were controlling the game from Moford. It's the idea for Real Madrid to attack them, attack spaces. It was very difficult for Real Madrid. Because how a potential STF team no, they control the game from defense to midfield. And come first here and they say Neymar and Messi ever come midfield as no. And so much money piana only about 5 players in midfield. So they were playing them. It's difficult for them to penetrate. Until Donnarumma born now or the coach Benzema no. Because what okay space now, you pass in the bar offense and Donnarumma. So okay space and they don't move now. You can easily pass the ball or kick the ball anywhere. But yes, I admit, said there was a contact. I admit there was a contact. But come on, these are decisions that very bad on that day for on the part of Donnarumma to be able to give away such a goal at such a level and to concede such 3 goals within the space of that time of concede that goals actually the mentality PSG Real Madrid on any day that spirit to fight back and it is a night that you love the BSC or game no bia media minimum why I should go and blame Pochettino sometimes again I should go beyond the results Tino go na first go na keep on the coach no coach obeya won dey me bo abem kra coach no dey no obeya fa ho say macheting board ye boss Real Madrid ya show mo ni changes na boy do sa Ghana guy do be oba na e boy dey say that say na go ya no lady so he brought in Ghana guy because na sa boy no paradise na o fan saying nya card yeah ana wako 2 tackles bia na ko 2% ko betnya man red card eti if goalkeeper gives away such a goal banaba pressure will come on the team and time or the goal ni chair Real Madrid the pressure ni see almost they will show Vinicius flying from all angle Rodrigo Abanfan look at the goal second goal baby Modric FA ball no the run and the pass to Benzema to score that goal Tino it was a perfect European night. The Champions League side will be the these are matches you expect in the Champions League. This night, next week we will see such kind of night. This is why it is the UEFA Champions League. Tino, BBS England. Minister, what is our news? The British government has sanctioned Roman Abramovich, and TCM look say about freezing all the assets. Hey, yes. And CCITI, the UK government SCZ Roman Abramovich ne asset in na. And that's no confirm. When after so my freeze account in asset in na. Chelsea there. Omo a special license. Okay. To operate. And it's idea that way so no. license na dem no these are what they can do with the license.
Your Chelsea between the license na
yes permissions granted in the license and the screen so nto obi a wo hwe or report TV or report on Facebook you license na dem Chelsea to operate no and never wey no bet nyaye with the license but na asset na unsanka based on sa decision na UK government are taking no na ka say Chelsea team no so case to exist like to operate operate but they have to give them this special license. The special license started and there 10th 10th March and it will end on 31st May 2022. Eti sa license na Chelsea no ebe end there full May 31st 2022 na license na end there. Eti by then say yenye bibia ne yenyi ayi
on 20 na
there be after 2020
after go 20
no
akodu sa
now Chelsea cannot be sold now. Two on pinton player bia on pinton player bia so ma eti what permission na let's eti under this license subject to conditions below the club may pay remuneration allowances and pensions of all employees of the club including the wages of players and coaching staff employed by the club, fees, dividends and other allowances to directors of the club payable under obligation which predate the date of the license and are due in the period of these licenses but not any fees, dividend or other allowances to the DP. Reasonable fees or other costs directly related to ongoing regulation maintenance of the club including rates, council tax, insurance, ongoing maintenance and inspection to ensure safety and security of the sites but excluding new capital works or refurbishment. Reasonable cost of travel and for 20 afin bo mo say just to kwan a o mo ntimi say kwan no say scan ba buru 20,000 pounds a untimi to kwan reasonable cost of travel and from fixtures by any of the club teams for players and essential staff including the reasonable cost of what in the bracket not exceeding the value of 20,000 pounds per game per club team. So one enti on no ya the amount that was say akwanto no bo say cost no ba buru say mpa ontimi nko and a reasonable cost the one so ma jatum we pay security catering steward by no so bono ma cost no mbro is it obasi at Kowe 500,000 so 500,000 pounds not exceeding that value so under sanctions na dia ma Abramovich no this is the permission they've given them to do we don't bet me aye to run the Chelsea club untimi ton club no you can't sell a player untimi like as calculator Christensen Rudiger contractor no you can't renew them so this is the sanctions they've given them is a now you see so uhwe omo yi na just one paragraph genti amudit tabu ato no so Abramovich associated with a person who is or has been involved in destabilizing Ukraine and undermining and threatening the territorial integrity, sovereignty and independence of Ukraine, namely Vladimir Putin, with whom Abramovich has had a close relationship for decades. And more the reason why they are almost sanctioned Abramovich and why they are taking this decision. It's a huge blow because now you see the club based on how you know players now can go free. You move contract because you can't renew them. And say Bianca more hope on to we do the banners are doing in Ababa 31st May and last is going on no temporary one to operate into share the statement that next season air end now end good. So what I tell you is that season end we are and I'm about to take decision on leaving the Chelsea team. How do hear me now? Because see on my physical on my general asset but they are allowing Chelsea to operate under this special license. Season end there started first May no and there that is where we see the way forward of Chelsea as to the kind of decision that they will take as whether they will give them the license to still operate and I say something this different issue will be taken. You know, a huge blow for Chelsea. But me party, the supporters, I don't sympathize with them because of what they did last weekend.
Emphasis supporters.
Chelsea supporters. Almost Chelsea won the ball last weekend, you know.
I don't know that.
Burnley. Yeah. 1 minute solidarity for people of Ukraine. 1 minute, yeah, boys, you know, the Chelsea supporters were at the stadium within that 1 minute, you know, shouting Abramovich disrupting that 1 minute of silence of solidarity.
Yes,
yeah, Obiara inform I don't sympathize with them at all based on what they did against Burnley.
Zakito, medava say ene nanka Madrid ama California jibat. Dia bom sesi ano ama arehobesi kakra sanse we Chelsea pa ne bra omobo of late na tabo eda omoso na no den. Kapi yento aso kakra.
I think about a week or two and I discussing sanction and I can was not make say the UK government may come in with heavy sanctions on Abramovich. The reason why Oputu Chelsea for say and I'm for come because we've been sending message by no workers attacking on duly and make us an association with the Russian president now. It's a result of that. But that's why I can say you better say Russia for page almost I say and to can Sani we enchibiano you for san reverse no. What I say because they are doing that because of the close association with Vladimir Putin. Now me catch us say omo yesika it is believed that they were made by the president of Russia.
No, not believe based on this
oligarchs. Okay.
They are special people are Putin FOMO Ebiaka Ghana GNPC.
Yeah.
Ghana oil.
Baby, so we are on
special to make you better. Omo yanko Putin made them woody.
So we abano.
Also was saying
you know, I don't know take it say you know. So the kwano wasem here there you will not feel for Chelsea as a club. But also more you never lose because the employees of Chelsea need not suffer. I don't know more critical avenues a bit more chom car bit mama and maybe akokos not Chelsea could be run. 20,000 pounds an year can was saving. I strongly want to believe we say in Europe if you want to travel across Europe cover it will not go to that level no. That's the entra. Others into my in such a way say flexible so between there I'm an club no don't forget Chelsea in the Champions League and they'll be traveling. All these things to me but at the end of the season then take over the club. Then the UK government will take over the club and I'm going to put the club for sale. No making sure say the prospective buyers no more deal much be free Abramovich in some. So Chelsea for no was I'm calling for him no or more umpire say on also between the boss for now and Tokano or at me a trust over and then my honest admission. Now me pejam in San Cosro. Now me apologize to all Real Madrid supporters for my side. Not me I felt to say they had no chance against PSG. No, because I remember so post your question because I'm looking at Real Madrid that one they are going to defend against this trial. Neymar, Mbappe, Messi, and at the same time, whilst they are defending very well, making sure that they will not score. No? And say almost making sure say so how they will combine defensive duties with offensive abilities no now me struggle say make me figure out how they are going to do that looking at first leg game boy in which PSG the whole world will attest to the fact that for the first time we saw PSG as a unit. PSG are more compact. PSG are not be free say with the inclusion of Lionel Messi no they are just a step to Champions League winning. So looking at Madrid team I want to believe say that's a big two musemu nyam number ya jone say any one of the best Madrid teams you've seen in recent years in terms of performance. You see the point? But at any point in time I think that people have to respect who deserve that respect. And my statement that I won't need that chance no, I think I have to withdraw that statement and says and they me salute Madrid and I think say they deserve every credit the achieve with that feat. Where we go down as one of the top nights in Champions League football. They've not won it. Round of 16 and no more. but that performance, no, it was a great one. Yes, because I said 1-0, the PSG, I saw 1 and I saw 3-1. Nanka, but you know, a PSG team almost of the current best player we are seeing. Your boy Euro Championship, one goalkeeper was the best goalkeeper. Now me can say midfield, so who he 5 midfielders or 6. Me not sure say obi to say variety of fan home in the world now. Attack. Now me can say who he the best 10 or 5 or 10 best players in the world. Attack, I had 3. What I say? I see Mbappe as the best player in the world. What I say, even though Kanye my Messi, but I see Mbappe by performance currently. I see him as the best player in the world. Right? Omo defenser. One of those top Ashraf Hakimi, the best right fullbacks. So we 3 or 4 would never come. What I say? And it was hard team when I say a star-studded side. Now so lead by a goal to nil. Now Omar Kobanabao. Now Omar first goal. It was left to 30 minutes. Now I can't almost say Omar Viejumano. It was left to 30 minutes. Karim Benzema, Luka Modric, Vinicius Jr., Eder Militao, David Alaba. Someone can name a bomb. Now say if Omar above themselves. Now Oman make his story different from the we are seeing and I want to believe say a greater part of the world was thinking say it was over for Real Madrid. What I say, greater part of the world, I want to believe about 90% of the world population, including even Real Madrid supporters. That's why I have apologized. What I say, no Mufri say it was over for Real Madrid, and Obi Abagini say be no any mistake. You know, no any mistake because a Real Madrid team. And Americano, and you're one of our best performances in recent years in Champions League. They win. Team Ebesha Munko, team Ebesha win. Now saying, Taraspo Besha now you see, and it was a game, man. No, I think PSG will have to wait. They will a lot of things to do. Now to the game, baby, me free say me bo coach up. Me di blame kakara ma coach no. And at the time me jitum say Donnarumma ade a wo ye na on partnerable. Yes, a kill team no spirit. But you know, so we players am bobo mudin. O wala no Messi. O Neymar. O Mbappe. O sa players did the top players am wo ya. Even at 1-1. No police nyame still leading. But 2-1 because of on first leg go share. You see the point? And I cut 30 minutes. These players, I was expecting them say they would do a lot to manage the game. I do take Carlo Ancelotti or make it honest admission. Also, they suffered in the first half, and even when they came to the second half, they suffered. Getting the ball was a difficult one. So I'm gonna rely on pressing. They kept on pressing. So one of those high pressing, and I'm gonna go a mistake no. Omatica, that's how much I won. I won one. A team with strong mentality, could have organized themselves and make sure say either the game will end at 1-1 or better still make my game because greater part of the game they played, especially in the first half. And my problem was that coach, you know, that's why you heard the coach's handwriting. When it became that difficult, when you saw say now Omama cheap goal. So the old PSG spirit, no, that low mentality, no, back. Even though they play with that top stars, no, that low mentality, no PSG. It's me question 4. Yeah, be show me 6. Barcelona show me 6. That PSG me question Manchester United 2. Second low so me be show me. Home near you my free no. It's coming back, you know. That's where as a coach, but the coach sat down aloof and it became disaster. I don't know. Leonardo Omo sporting director is saying he's part of the project. It means so I don't know where Juma is part of the project means say they are going to maintain him. But I'm afraid. I know just after that game no make that statement no. PSG any time informal coaches when it looks like say now Omo had the opportunity to go forward but not Enfa.
Okay.
And no, I think one changer, it did not go down well with me. Paradise or change, because it looks like say he was in the game. With him, our problem back home want to say, I think the attack of Chelsea, Neymar, and Mbappe, you know, they cannot travel, but they don't live up to expectation, except Mbappe. And I also but no, I'm attacking now was on him. Throughout the 90 minutes, one attack at Messi here, only one. Messi had deployed deep into the midfield. And you run as well. But how they were trying to manage the game in the first half, you could see that it was good. But in the second half, he was missing in action because at that time, Madrid came into the game, doing a whole lot of running, making sure say close to that angle. No? Instead, that time, you expect say, me your coach now. That's where I will introduce Di Maria. Maybe I better take you off Neymar, one of Neymar, or any other player, not Di Maria. But the reason being that he will expand your play. He will make sure say, Ober run at natural a makeshift, natural number 3 player, right? But because of the intimate mono coaching to the show, no maintain Araba or central defense. And you know, at that time you will need a player. Ober make sure say he will make natural work because of someone yellow card. No, Uber to me up punishing out to the stand of Bettman record. And Di Maria say you are talking about top performers in the Champions League. Won't be overlooked no. But then when the coach sat down, Emmanuel say and I said, "Oh, introduce no." It becomes a whole lot, and I think that mean take anything away from Karim Benzema.
Okay,
what they said the reason why Eneo Spanish La Liga in terms of goals scores 20 goals in terms of assists he's leading top scorer. He's also leading the assist chart by making 10 assists. So I'll combine that two responsibility effectively, and then it paid off. The third goal was just a master class to me.
Okay.
The third goal, it looked like Senna or my pass. One control. When the player, Marquinhos, mistake, look at how they approach the ball and how tap away. So I think that Karim Benzema, at the age of 34, using 70 minutes, another ball hat-trick, and he's become the oldest player in Champions League history to score hat-trick. Kudos to him. And then they, Madrid history, all-time top scorers, number 3. Wako Atra and Alfredo Di Stefano, Abe number 3, only to Cristiano Ronaldo, then Raul Gonzalez Blanco. So I think that he's done very, very well. And in Champions League history, he's only second to Cristiano Ronaldo in terms of goals or no Edema Real Madrid. So Karim Benzema at 34, still playing very, very well. Would deserve every credit. I respect them.
Captain, Yibo. And to us, right?
Okay. And I know pay a rehosem their matches.
Jamti, dear, say, Energy and run a crumpa,
and a chema to me.
I think on Sokoto.
Oh, yes.
And some quite scan your problem.
And I'm a support to chairman with $1,000. Now, when
I don't know who here scanner.
No, me or no coach, no $2.
Sir,
$3.1 billion.
No, Koto.
Yes. No, the bed, no. To the Okwama or Mobed than how much it's not a support to chairman with $1,000 because it's good to have a Ghanaian now owning a big club like Chelsea and saying your support to chairman. Now, news ne PN and I join no pay imagine trainer babyano. There is another positive side. Tino. Team ne friend is Chelsea no. Still Abraham will between two team.
Eh, sir.
Yes.
Akonya kakra da ho.
Obetimi aton. Na the UK for the no mood delay. And it's so difficult. Omudo boko akoshe tight corner. Na the enti obetimi aton team ne say, oton team na. Emfaso no benya from team ne so no. Eso mo hwe hunu say Russia fo nya sa emfaso no bisika no. E be bo mo ama mo de e de omo ye. Nti ebesi so asama na siase ye kan say. There are a lot of people like Abramovich, Vladimir Putin, and they build them financially to have money to fight the world. So what they mention say? It's a team need to bet me at home. But what one? Sikana obenya no. Enyasa Russia for just on fasuni bi. But not within the sanctions. Eba, within time we are. Na the ombe say the city. And then the UK government ever consider for application to sell the club. But Omobeye with Chelsea. tell what them can say omo ntimi for mo person mo koton club no it's as at this stage no say ye person ye ton Chelsea a emra da ho say ye ntimi ton kora de da bi ye betia ton ba emra da ho
plan na ho
da bi
okay
it's this Abramovich person ton Chelsea he has the chance to sell Chelsea but when they be determine say sika na obenya de bi nko Russia for no
ho na asam no so be free no
the net profit it means they no ka abo if you want sika e beka no according to the those affected by the war
enti on ba bi o de asem ayi ne ko no enti ni sika na obenya no say Vladimir Putin say confess sika be enfan to ammunitions ni enfan fight Ukraine and the war. One of Abramovich the biggest asset Chelsea. So to them say unya sika ne enfan ko say the siasa can no dey kwa charity ni wan ya then the money goes straight to Ukraine because mo na war na affect o mo pa it won ba bi o mo dey Abramovich akoshe no enye good time said the match Chelsea Football Club na ba bi a decision eye me ya na esaye me nwa kakra ne say Chelsea were Champions League game bo next week say match expenses shouldn't be more than £20,000. Say Chelsea free England Echo France they will spend hundreds of pounds. It don't better no makobo game no. Clementino asema make an uti. Say £20,000 na ye twa to no for more games no. Match expenses no. Chelsea as a football club free England Echo France. Omo traveling expenses and match expenses is more than £20,000. Ntombere no makobo sa game no mne le obebo next week no.
Aside one krom wala travel ko Europe.
So match
yeah.
So what them say? Another way they say and there will be an opportunity akọ Chelsea game be a season ticket holder. Yen ton ticket no akọ to be. Iti fighting Russia no. On say enyo be an e ka say football ade ba kwa Clementino you can never underrate football. How stronger football ye. And having peace one of the key instruments third world war the Olympic Games and the World Cup. Among for passion more football no people were not interested to fight again. No bia kon no so be kwa jitu se me kokonto kwa. Into football is so strong and very idea about affect Abramovich a lot. You can US for but they will always find a way. So financially, Russia will not get pumping their money to support them to win the war against Ukraine. It's in the idea anymore. You better said there Chelsea and some echo because Chelsea is my second club.
Yeah.
After AC Milan team, I'm supporting Chelsea. And my D Chelsea since 95-96 season, and I'm D Chelsea when the likes of Ruhuli Teenage and Luca Vialimo moved from Syria because those players were some of my favorite players in the league. To move and I'm going to compare Chelsea as him. And Chelsea is my second club. Chelsea supporters and a good time. When such news aside sanctions, the only one I know says I news web banner a Qatar club one. Psychologically it affects them.
Yes, and sounded there.
A bit affected because and they will start asking themselves questions. And he near way, and he near yes. You're having a near what then after the atui. It is psychologically it will affect them. It's here say Nyoma Bisiako. Clementino. And Real Madrid supporters be are sending the message. Hey, asemo.
Ko konfano kisi ne ha school a on teacher ba ko na na we afia kanten. Se no pa say prediction ba ne shows dibo we sure 3-1.
By the end of the day bo ne 3-1.
No dey and by trouble 2.
This is why Real Madrid is the biggest football club in the world. Senye nice be say and a Real Madrid my excitement and your nice be say and no more tiny results and your nice be say and no more yet to win the Champions League and Kayentina baby and Casa Real Madrid is the biggest football club in the world and your man mo ye kese no ebini Sometimes you need settings to understand the history of club offense Real Madrid. And now Obi a winning Real Madrid, Obi a one share Real Madrid da, Obi a one to Real Madrid da, and Kanda. So when your opportunity to watch any new game now, Obeka Achille will say, I feel no what I see reason why Real Madrid is the biggest football club in the world. Tino into the game. Me picking moments kakrebi na me dey. Enu game na ekọ so e was Santiago Bernabeu no. It was a game clearly in the first half dominated by PSG. Capital a game ni pa. The first 5 minutes of the game, the intention of Real Madrid was to make sure some be press PSG for PSG to make mistake. No matter taking advantage of it. Then Omo Real Madrid needs to bet me relax. Then they stay in the game with PSG. Omni PSG na betra bonim no mabo. It's the first 5 minutes no. What we share game ni bia no. Real Madrid de ni bre and ko PSG so to press them. And no me kan wa ha say omo ma esa signals no on Saturday against Real Sociedad. How they will play against PSG. But the difference between PSG and Sociedad ne say PSG will play so betimi control game no. Say they be omo be just pressure the free Real Madrid in them. And one of them, Brandt F. Marco Verratti, who is key to PSG, hold that play, anyhow PSG is dictating the tempo of the game. It's Real Madrid, yes, I did 5 minutes, no, and a Verratti mobile game. Almost 30 almost control game, no, almost send a signal. Using the pace of Kylian Mbappe, say, hey, Samuel Baba Monima be press here. Yes, you were Kylian Mbappe with speed. It's by the 8th to the 10th minute. Na Kylian Mbappe about short ama table court 1-on-1. We are in for a game. If you want a game then it was PSG game. PSG na pa. You could see say Real Madrid were disorganized. There was nothing Real Madrid about any team now no share white no. And a PSG share first goal near call half time. Yeah, but second half no. Now I wanted to see changes in the Real Madrid team because we should be to say Marco Asensio. He was a liability in the game. Now on for BBL to Real Madrid team no. And they are similar to the scene in the first leg. So one person will press the team bia. You need a system to press the team. System is so a place near do moye. Madrid if their front three is going to press her, you need Marco Asensio. Our part of their front three to add up to Vinicius and Benzema to press club offensive PSG. It's a summer making so we game ni pa. The best player in the first half, Ebi Kylian Mbappe go no share. Nuno Tavares, Abraham Chena no ball a PSG for 3 no. He was doing all the works for PSG. Kono with the freedom, press no do a jibbo no tifria. And so what can this season? He might not have the name. But a complete left back. It's in the second half Yebo game now. It was a game before the 60th minute. Now Madrid, omu hopes AFD. Kwafe na PSG nya more control in the game. Then came the Donnarumma mistake. The ama big club no Clementino hona me kono. Kipembe pass the ball ne de ma Donnarumma no. Now over all the space in the world, either to kick the ball out or quickly find PSG player to pass the ball to him. Now, say the Donnarumma si gina ho. Echa yema Benzema. And for one said the Nasser Khalifi, any Leonardo Eka. And ubi na make America to Liverpool game ni say. The heat of the game, the tension of the game, sometimes it may influence the decision of the referee. At that particular stage, so when a referee now in a park as well. There are few referees on Mujina Park so on Beji Foul Etia Karim Benzema. And no na analyzing Liverpool any Inter Milan game na near Kase. Stage na do next year in Yakaka. On Alexis Sanchez second yellow card na resulting record from then Inter Milan ball with 10 players with Liverpool 11 players no. Because pressure was on Liverpool. It's if we was say Kim as a mistake in the no. Real Madrid had the motivation either to take the game to extra time. A number a little chance to qualify them with 30 minutes na aka no. Na ye no mu bia ye nim Donnarumma de. Eno ade na wo ye no enye ye nwanwa. Ye no mu bia ye ni Donnarumma ye di team a obo achi a ya support to AC Milan no. Ade a wo ye na enu ano enye nwanwa. Ye ka goalkeeper so magi din wa asase su ne ya. De ne nan enka kura e Donnarumma.
cause me share Liverpool goalkeeper City me jibot me relax train ya pass it.
Say on say based on how our clubs first mo ball as soon as mo first two players say PSG ebe say mo start building their play from the back and your home keeper ni Donnarumma Donnarumma nye keeper Pep Guardiola be fa no Jurgen Klopp won go fa Donnarumma ba let's go Madrid be fa Donnarumma uni dintia let's go Madrid for one ni adaje a ye ko pass ball wa chiri ba Guardiola ne Jurgen Klopp mo dia omo ba ben say ne goalkeepers na ye hom say goalkeepers
ka ho bi
you recognize them even as outfield players and they free goalkeepers virtually mo ye sweepers Shadelson, Charleston Becker. Who rest Syria now with Frimina? Goalkeeper no replacing at AC Milan. Mike Mignon. See the ball mano. Ye possible the man Mike Mignona. It said the other boy mama foda. It said the other boy mama no nua. Who him say we are safe? And obet me start it. O build up at the amount. Donnarumma and Casa goalkeepers no. And nothing most time I say. He has all the talent, but only a complete goalkeeper. It is the AC Enra no. What 3 seasons ago, now we follow AC Milan. Milan is Sampdoria. Enra the end quite here. Kohe Milan ne Spa. Milan ni Inter Milan. Idea way. Na enano pay offer all the newspapers in France. Ono na ye kana asempa. Enti se okofa l'equipe. Na go he l'equipe sisi here. Donnarumma boy animu any year can mistakes away banko yes some mistake when wearing the AC Milan jersey the Italian press will protect him because we Italy number 1 and they have na man for be Donnarumma pa by Italy there been cable game new year no nobody will talk about this in the mistake he best shift concentration ni nyina dia coach just to protect Donnarumma and our country be it's some mistake no ye no ye mu bi de enye nwa soon after that mistake on say no make kan wa say a game ya make it for superstars it is say Real Madrid be win here they will need their Messi their Mbappe and Neymar to PSG to carry the day for them say Real Madrid su be win here omo win wa bra enko fa Karim Benzema ho and these are some of the reasons at a certain point ye mu bi ne e ka say sometimes the work our players be you know we don't cherish it because at the end of the day ebia no monya club the top scorers but watch Benzema the last 3 seasons the boy na wabono we a top 5 performer in the game the last 3 seasons and we the few complete forwards and the football ye wo so the sa chances na Karim Benzema obeshawu obepanishu inti Enra when the Champions League son your boy nyum no was Santiago Bernabeu no PSG for no maso asisi and Real Madrid issue say the Ancelotti changes okay Adam Beckham Camavinga asem akase ase bebo
Eduardo Camavinga
and I've always talked about Vinicius Junior I'm for so me hype on dodo Real Madrid built the 3rd edition of Galacticos. And the 3rd edition, summer transfer window when they be determined. If Kylian Mbappe ever freer, they will push Mino Roller. And your mammy, you bet your Mino Roller ska. Yes, sir, man, Tony Holland. Now the Benzema money season count. And you know, 36. Now the Manentra Dortmund. And I say, you ever find the number? Near rotate on a Karim Benzema because. The dream of Florentino Perez as president of Real Madrid, they say anytime you are the best player should be playing for Real Madrid. And then Oshe, the next generation Clementino. For Kylian Mbappe, based on their watching say, if he moves to Real Madrid in the next 10 years, talent I always say it will be difficult for any player to catch up with a branch friend say Kylian Mbappe. But there is another Vinicius, Erling Haaland, Rodrigo is there. Eduardo Camavinga, when I started talking about him when the world renee, and reason why I make campaign say Manchester United here midfielders. These are some of the midfielders. Manchester is almost spendo musical. It's Enra one coach seriously me I've never liked him.
Pochettino.
No, Carlo Ancelotti.
Okay, Ancelotti.
But Enra, when movement ne buy as a Real Madrid for grabbing, he did his changes to perfection, arranged the team very well for Real Madrid to get a good results. Eti Enra, Madrid actually say Champions League nice e wonira. PSG don't be bia by the owners of the Champions League actually say Omunimbo at the end so many me.
But I say Jibu Yamra Medi efie so enkomo kakra abo 11-8 still on today's post. Na Enra outstanding league match bako eto dwa e Accra Sports Stadium. Brana House of Folk. Ohwe matches anoma bo ato aso na win no na ema Enra umbo modern twa wafa by 2-1. Na coaches no akasane ahwe Blasters. Ye wa atwenem ehwe se huebe Enra nwumrei anane mpochina no na Blaster squad no eba against Nigeria. Double header ni ahwe se Ghana yebetimi advance na akopiem ewo
yepe yenya abotre ne mranso ye ontwen usa ibe killing spirit. You see, we easily like maybe undermined efforts. UTF fatawade as my work ya. Honestly, me my transfer, my team voice from my junior. Now, why I'm much disappointed about interview now since my work. I'm disappointed because of Nipa Hawkers Asam.
Oh, share or no fatal than a na some no work.
No, you should know better. Okay. You should know better. We think I'll be like Assassin no before for Bianca, Minka Wasam. But coming from a goalkeeper, former Blasters goalkeeper, like Fatah Udao, and M1.
Say you know just what hold down when you say the pressure one is it here.
Pressure bay. And if you pay any goalkeeper in this country, both home and abroad, I want a better orientation as a goalkeeper. There's none than lad. Me say if you reach offer the move account so on your you don't think one go eh on bono we two kwan kotoko Felixana na Felixana in two kwan tama kotoko de no ko eh abochi ti me no ezi Benzema ko be no no ko eh kotoko Felixana na e kan and Felix free mu na de reach for the back U20 no ho one bi you understand. But if you want in terms of national team orientation, you need to be when you're better from the youth level. Yes, than the lad. I will be under 17, both youth, Africa Youth Championship and World Cup, under 20, Wako, Akwaji, even Youth Championship. Again, be impressed by you. And one thing about you see national team is the moment you walk up U20 BR you have
what drew Blasters
to play for the senior national team. And sometimes if the person, let's look at the already with the other team no than say be the 8 and I say no and then Fatao seriously you should know better. The boy is doing well. And if we think say Sunday, Sari Chilofori I can answer me. Or your third captain for the Blasters, Preno Prae. Yesterday he was imposed for Orlando Paris. So or a fitter, Ebefrano. Nobody can drop Chilofori because he's a third captain for the Blasters. So a fit, I'm afraid of Chilofori. And based on what he did yesterday, he said, now Ofori a fit. And he will be called. As whether Obedo Ondo. But they will call for it because I fit. You understand? Now, I keep personal Akano. And I'll be saying, based on what this boy is doing, and based on these boys from U17, the development to U20, no. And it was a time behind this boy should be a project. This boy, he should be a national project. Because, and then, the next Olympic Games, and I said the next U23 Biano, I sure bet say that lad will be their first choice. U23. The next one I be conference based on the progression, no, you expect the lad to be the number one. based on the age and baby of Friba U17, U20, U23. And for a project, proper project, say boy uncle that as a number one.
Aso ka ho bi.
He should be there because of Nei.
Asema fata wo Kenya no bi na Samson Siase no ka che ogu abon say timing no. We year qualification pa ke wie proper na nke kwa na nke afa goalkeeper ka ho.
Let me wait on Okondo. Let's not forget. But for Kotoko as a team, decision will make and go or AFCON. But Black go do. Before you ever call a AFCON, the last 2 or 3 Blasters don't want to be.
So now Balora so come. Balora no anya more collapse than that. Oh, we nya twice.
No, come man, I make say
only included to Kotogo decision now. Kotogo took a decision. Their first choice goalkeeper was part of the Blasters.
I didn't change the family that. Tata, me say. The man can say, "Genta one AFCON say." Not only been down on the club.
Yeah, I know they are anti-affected.
I make a man
When we was keeping the post for Kim Face at that time, now regularly, no.
Yeah.
But time or back
no, yes, I time.
Abalo was in the post, and I won 90. That's how we not call him.
Yeah,
twice.
But was he not invited?
You see, and a double header. You see, let's that's how this started. A double header and a boy in the corner can be. You understand? And the fact that I born one go do. And as I make and one I say this boy Obian can say on the Blasters and no. But for a project, every I say and say who to the 3 year. He'll be number 1. Nobody will challenge this boy. Then like you to the 3. Nobody will challenge him. Boy number 1 for you to the 3.
Yeah.
But for projects, I will show you Omaya will be yes. This boy will always be in the Blasters because based on the performance, development, or your future Blasters number 1. You understand? Based on project, based on the BMU or your future Blasters goalkeeper. You understand? Baby, I call every urban. U17, ono bi ampreho. U20, ono bi ampreho. There's no goalkeeper in this country now that can challenge this boy at U23. There's nobody that can challenge this boy at U23. And you know, say who keeper no or qualified to keep in U23 here. It means that in the next 2-3 years, he will be your number 1 for the Blasters. So a project, a special. I don't know that. You see, it's a
What did you
say? Belgium, number England. But a bani a Ghana said, "Yana mood watching ye." When I'm going to the Yamatan, more church on Wasam. When I'm going to be because elsewhere, because of and then Ramsdale. Let me give you a last name. Aaron Ramsdale or that's now. Only then or Bowie or Mukoka a Lions no. Because then we need to goalkeeper. That Aaron Ramsdale, he's a U20 goalkeeper England for. When I'm number 1 U20. And based on the development, no. Omo say, baby, I'll call it a pitfall no everywhere. The next person to be the number 1 airline, Ramsdale, and quickly now, no account. Or to be Moby. But he forced the atmosphere around the camp into Obashawa Ombre. As simple as ABCD. And he fatao. Mr. As my okay, dear, who put in the Casas way.
No crib room. Say, we'll goalkeeper beer. And Konokwan or sorry campaign. Emma local goalkeepers any chance of Blasters are a fatal that.
Yes.
Yen will be say fatal ya kono hontoka blue. A tijina confata hontoka. Tournament bay was it 2010 Cup of Nations and 2008? Look, or tournament be any a drop in. I feel no my Blasters movie. A heated argument to Messiah Accra Sports Stadium. I feel no Maquayano and a Ashanti region journalist, any greater Accra journalist. And I'm Mufu Sefata that is good in tea, as yet never Blasters. And through that process, Afata Unya call up no, and what they call South Africa. I for be a key member of the Blasters. And no crano. So far, Fatao. The record they call Blasters now for Danladiana. Danladiana
was so chain Fatao.
The profile make a moment no munya the
my profile and
Danladiana was so channel. Maybe enough Fatao no other league in Ache. From Oko United to Ashanti Good. but say ba national team experience that time I ever Fatao into the Blasters anytime yen nyina ye company see em Fred Danlad no when it comes to national team profile Danlad dey no was so channel Danlad na ye kan asem no yabo wafubi tournament ye part no he was adjudged the best goalkeeper. The last African Youth Championship boy which I under 20 he was adjudged the best goalkeeper. It is ye obi a believe in transitional Danlad dey say reserve seat man no Blasters.
Zach for listen now be ajibo kono wi ana on to aso
na as simple as ABCD
we ba me
ono no de elu kwase nka e say tambia ono so hobi
some project Ghana plus ye no
baby o free bar e say bia o man o ye no favor bi o ono no approve he deserve it
yeah
so e ti tambia say ono de special seat ono de ye nyini mfim unless e bia na form na de po onya de ye nkese mfa no nko. But based on the performance, and maybe free about you and U17, U20, out there, no, on the same go, name will be the canon. You understand? And see, Bianca saw on Concordes in Munia because and said the chauffeur air feta on the Babega post. The chauffeur, so a feta. That's on there.
Fit them form.
That will be about
so we have fit also in your form can and there no cry.
Now we are by
Sebasa when you goes now ho there.
Now we are by Robia on your uniform so ati. There's some man by that still.
And that is saying.
Say no by an
And you know, Sanya Ghana never say so uniform wa.
Players go ha. On bon national team anom do stage bia. So proud the moment of recover pay. Odene beba. Ene ye Blasters said that way. Amati wo prande ochinoba obenya call up. Thomas Patu prande ochinoba fa hone bobo obenya call up. The day you prande ochina obenya call up. Kudus no we prawo. So da bia na e ma pressure say emfa nemra. Nti me feel say you reach the full result do that stage.
No.
For 2 minutes come na
third captain no. And also so first captain on Mobi. Though I'm sure I know he be around but on Mobi. Into the demo. And he Pate will captain the team. They did the captain of the team. No, so they did the captain of the team. They did the top scorer for the club. A team that has Bonija or J top scorer.
Yeah, Modi and Baby one and so the on can League
Bonija.
Oh, Bonija
who is
Nigeria. I know all this Zach.
But the Jack got top scorer for the club.
Kroben na okazo asemi.
Oh, look, Kata. Tino.
Aha, kitu na be ko.
Has ne wa fa team no. Na me game na me so it's the same team that played against House of Kotoko. You understand? Now the answer is simple. What was I bia no? Is the reason why after one Kotoko game say me uncle for intimacy. So maybe who use that game to demean your team. I mean the Kotoko players and you be lost.
There's a prosper some no kind no. Why you right to?
No and what was I see this is him bia no.
That's not the okay there.
Like your team represent home bobo. What that game against Kotoko? Oh, when you will be say team and you break or put you up to do something on the day. What's that? Ball no result as a ball no we. Poor technique for but
okay. Mate Zakito yada se mamen kona captain and to aso kabi
Zakito make a statement bi na me person ka o clarify mam kakra maybe me clear
clarify say on chem ya na
na wafa no was it the see as team no dey was what say
ah was BBS
na so no kan was
performance
what does he want to say they no person chere
pe ono dey o hwe game no was mu bokotoko ahode no was than dey mu yusu no no
so is he telling me say Alumna Shakshare Kotoko no Obaka said to that team bia na the odima difference so they know here
atemusa na samu ubusa na samu
memusa
oh the ubusa na samu okay train ma me ubusa train yo ye ni dey boni din papi me say train we dey train without roma papi I trust kasa
Kotoko ni Alumna Shakshare
Yes, but the best team was Kotoko.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah,
that I'm sure that.
Captain Transfer.
What matters is share. It is not about we are the best team. When you was one another last. See. Kotoko has to folk at any point in time. I had the biggest fixture on our calendar. No doubt about that. So much you see. And you know, say has Kobo for you don't expect to say be about the same level of performance. Now they know because say be on Kotoko ban we no. Now only Wafa no anko ye.
But we defending champion.
When they played against Wafa, they struggled to beat Wafa 1-0 Kumasi. Kotoko show 5. I'm not sure then. Obi o game ni bia no. That Wafa team. And House of Folk was the best team yesterday. Who does it? They were the best one yesterday. They won.
No, the Biana we are my best.
Okay, Ompulu at the back in analysis. No, say because I can go to statistics in Germany. And I got the statistics. If you have possession, Wafa was leading, and House of Folk. So under what second are they?
And the so be also proven.
No, it's me. There's something in the because we prove by virtue of.
I don't know my stars. That's what I'm okay.
Maybe results. House of Folk won the day, and for that House of Folk was the best team.
Okay.
One moment anything different from the American.
But there is a key token. Capi, we are defending champions. Now, so defending Liga. And
that is not true.
That's not be house today.
House of Folk, the blame to the House of Folk goalkeeper. And now I was asking myself, now that I said, yes, in President Cup, no. I want to believe that and the House of Folk back, no. He scored. And now coaches are introducing no or buy no penalty still a share, you know. Or no, and it's hard to buy my house to say. So it means to say, call no more, you know. It wasn't bad, it wasn't wrong. But be at some time, how was some no, the am canceling me. Tino Bachobra, one thing, Tino Bra. I was a bit Siafano. It be the same as Sanamaka. But said over Siafano, you know.
The Pimney Patrol you
I know I have one near the same. Yes, with them Patrol Dick and Patrol Abua. I would you and say, I'll come to me. It's not a son. And I to a greater extent, they enjoy Sule, the kind of how I conducting home. Obi onim Sule pa bia no enim so very temperamental and Sule woni onya asem na so the referee konya asem na so the colleague players. And then I was happy for the referee say at the point in time when Sule misbehaved, give him a yellow card. I say ya be more first start pick say ye pampa no in the game. You know, in the second round.
Okay.
They may not win the league.
They may not.
They would not win
the
league. But to put myself on the, they may not win the league. But if Obet my build from this air team no air my indication say, to me, I team new year, okay. But you know, maybe for one seven or I will definitely side with Zakito and
lot of time I was often over here. No, why you win more? And the minute Hano, when they best have a course, Kaka. Just come and continue. And no one coming. We are not there. You will.
Tino. And I wish your Wafane has game Nibia. Aside few games I has abo, but majority of their games this season the same thing. The only thing anyone who has avoid conceding late goals, which at a certain point chances by for Wafa to take advantage of it. Being right given move brave, but there are areas be a person me touch kakrebi, and one of them goalkeeping Richard Atta. Clementino Makasa asem we na me yase. Yema na ye team Ghana no. We don't believe in development. Nti so obi ni made ye ne ehu se ne nkora bre made no nim ya se e beboa na ma nipa kro no ade no waduru mpempensuo bi a beka se wo afede ye treni na me na duru so no Ghana ha ye nya sa ade no yetimi di ahoye a ebia ba bia ye wonti ne de abro bi ase me ka sa asem we biem se eno e bo game ni wie ofa so Bukaziz na Sam Johnson. The later betado on the year Tony Yeboah. At a point, Tony Yeboah twice was it in 93, 91 or 92 or 93. The whole world year you were best football of the year. Tony Yeboah the 9th. As was in Park here so.
A 3.
Any year Tony Yeboah. Goalkeeper ne offense Richard Atano. yen show interest ni develop no ono so ye national asset ni bi Richard Atta or national asset say yan hwe ya ye be ma clubs say support na ye kunu ena nyoma na oye mistakes wo ho no eye nyoma ye treni ni akere uni madia ene hwe Brazil after the exit of goalkeeper Marcos Jordan Beda 2002 World Cup they had Dida but Brazil's high generation now one of their worst goalkeepers was Dida even though he won a lot of trophies at AC Milan. Adia Brazil for year and say Clementino almost for me a goalkeeping academy because no man a problem with goalkeeping. Into call Brazil goalkeeping academy now udruwa ebo omo ayi wona kakaka no match born to fly just to train goalkeepers and in the future omo national team benya so faso and they yempo untimi more than 10 best goalkeepers in the game our boy the son of Manchester City and Alisson Becker of Liverpool omo ye Brazil for it is sometimes yanto your clubs say support tuntun chen na yanjure development ho the man Richard Atta the enemy is serious about it no we need to develop the guy say nempo say special training bi ena bi e bepe na Richard Atta ye no hwe tino you call even 2010 World Cup Olele was a fine goalkeeper but what the hebo bi e be raise bi a height no Olele wo problem
Diego Forlan
no yes Diego Forlan so what the mention say eti one of those areas where Tino I think Ghana as a country need to take it serious. Well, your mistakes all right but me there I still feel say Abrante defense Richard Atta no should be developed and a boy national team no. Moving forward, Clementino. Eno na mete say Asante Kotoko for a launch project bi. Na project no mo e launch ye no. Omatu ni di mami pedi no say +1 challenge and na yes and +1 challenge. Okay. Another initiative Kotoko so more year to bring supporters to the stadium. Who said this season and last season? I'm off for be actual imagine about supporters of Monko Stadium. Nipa be brave the suggestions aba. Ebi bom so management in circles for some because problem ho. Ye man for sika Monko radio so enko boko toko ho dawuro. Eno so kan obi na man for Monko Stadium. And a management ne kro ho kro Monko radio stations bebre. Eno so kan obi ntina man for Monko Stadium. Tino manya time aya ade bi kakra na ade ameye no epese wo boa me na no pay na ye hwa ade kakra bi eno so ba be ye problem enenye only to Kotoko to our league enye Kotoko nko no mo supporters nko stadium nko hwebo so what you mention say Ghana ye league na ye bona no say supporters nko hwe kofom nti e kofom
at start time mutwa munya committee tua once ko hwe bi na
o de meba nti problem ni bi ane ye ka no there is a problem but I am finding a way to solve it ne ye memema solutions hunu solutions are Clementino emfa bibia ama mamema one example where year 2014 no mame yusu 2013-2014 season o de mame come chikra 2012-2013 then was Dr. Sapon last year at Kotoko 2012-2013 someone say years Kotoko G League mamema stadium attendance T home matches Kotoko vs Amidaus Nipe Bar Stadium was 13,857 2012-2013 Kotoko Heart of Lions 14,491 Kotoko Brekum Arsenal 11,798 Kotoko New Edubiase 6,521 Kotoko Wow All Stars 7,653 Kotoko RTU 4,231 Kotoko Liberty 10,530 Kotoko Kempfizer 3,689 Kotoko Brekum Arsenal 5,980 eto atwaso submit my home games no Umuvuba 2013-2014 Tino Tienio Kotoko Aduana Stars top liner Nipe ko Baba Yara Sports Stadium 2013-2014 6,177. Kotoko New Adibiase 15,000 yes. Kotoko Chelsea 6,000. Kotoko Azakes 8,439. Kotoko Liberty 3,435. Kotoko Kim Pfizer 5,725. Kotoko Mediama 6,466. Kotoko Dwarfs 4,438. Oba 2014 Umosa Kotoko ne Azakes 3,754. Kotoko Interallies 7,500. Kotoko ne Has 2014-2015 14,458. Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Only the mark Kotoko Mediama 4,142. Oba Benya Kotoko Olympics 3,749. Then 2015-2016 Kotoko Mediama 13,548. Kotoko Ashgold 9,539. Kotoko Hazake 7,000. Kotoko Liberty 9,645. Kotoko New Adibiase 9,587. Kotoko Dwarfs 8,594. Kotoko Interallies 8,507. Kotoko Techimai no mid Kichas team no 8,653. Eto aswa. It we had 3 seasons we are Mediama we are. Utu se ni nyina attendance was poor. Sabre no na circus ne management wo problem ana. Sabre no na management omonko radio stations ni na. Sabre ne mo obi sika mane nkoboko to ko ho dawro wo radio so ana. We kire say problem no move beyond sadie we.
Solution be den.
Enu nti na ye hia solution Clementino edini pa stadium enya sa fringy excuses no na be hu circle for no masore adaya circle member bi so ko free management member and a management member say adaya no be friends so meeting in equal to Uber Stadium. A supporter will always remain a supporter. You do be a catch do some stadium. Then you are not a supporter. Adena be a national problem. People interest in our football form, and it's affecting all clubs. It's here initiatives. And no me bet me a chinipa, Ottawa, a dear be bet me a chum. Sadi with your Sodoko heavy. Canena near Susano. Yes, sorry, no pa. Nay, a memeda, and now Quesiada. Yes, see a cobas of Cohesini. Ye call rest. Ye call freedom. And the rest is you. Okay, see this Nico ball rest. I'll be sorry. And your master, son. It's what I'm trying to say. And say, you hear generational thinkers. Okay. Among Baba with solution. It's Sadio we are by Clementino. Whether we like it or not. A good initiative, which I think say Sawoba Stadium. By the Mr. suggested say. So before we must stadium, there be a bus stadium here and for never. But there should be some reward. Maybe a chedi bi kakra. Say bia, utimi di nipa 10 bar, utimi di nipa 5 bar. E bia bibi say ne de be ma. Yes ye nyoma bia nya say excuses na. Ye de me ma no e na circle for ye say, e na radio ye say, e na management for kwa, e no munye say ni sa nyoma no. Ni nyina no sabi. Okay. Tido. Enya no na ye solution to nipa na enko stadium no. Because the records are there.
Okay.
In the last 6 years, 6 seasons away league, even to 8 seasons.
Attendance no conform.
Say me for 2012, 2013 the America. Say almost 10 years. Attendance conform. Attendance conform. Enti good decision.
We are not any solution.
Oh there ba remember seasons ni nyina to and udo say every single season from then biano. Eba form.
Okay, me da say Jibu edie eno no agapuma Menshia Government Hospital say Patrick of Patrick Suit and Collection eduma ya wono say ene wa woda nti we no say a special day for Abrantepa Yaw CEO of Sir Patrick Suit of Collection edum nti from agapuma happy birthday and confirm Sir Patrick post near draw ye dey from course no minka na me mameka sa enwa se pa de wo pedro na so san post near draw imu booster nko ade a e patro what you see can egu eye adwuma papa se sie ekotobi e ma system na ye den afi na ya de bia e mo menstrual pains